Hey guys, we just arrived at Saguaro National Park. There's a couple different entrances, one on the east and one on the west of Arizona, and we're gonna go in and hike around and look around. Looks like it's pretty empty. It's crazy to think there's no one here at the entrance sign. So we're gonna go on in. The office should still be open and we'll be able to pick up some park passes, but we're excited to go and check it out and take a look at all this cactus around us. So we're excited to hike around. So today we're visiting the three major national parks in the state of Arizona. We are starting out in Saguaro National Park. This park is about 500 square miles and it is just outside or part of Tucson in Arizona. It is at the heart of the Sonoran Desert. It's about 2,400 feet above sea level, and it is the city is just about 60 miles north of the U.S. Mexican border. This park is home to the largest cacti, which is the saguaro cactus. So you'll see that dotted all throughout the park. They are protected here within this national park. The giant saguaro is the universal symbol of the American West. These majestic plants are found only in a very small portion of the United States, and these here are protected by Saguaro National Park to the east and the west of Tucson. There's lots to see here. You can do several hikes. One of them is quite easy and is really good to do with small children or those with more limited mobility. It's Signal Hill, and you can walk right up to the petroglyphs. It's not a difficult hike, but there is some uneven ground to contend with, so you want to make sure and look out for that. But there's plenty to see along the road, all different types of cactus and trees that you can explore and learn along the way. There are kind of placards along the way that you can read and learn a little bit more about each of these different plants that you'll see along the park. You'll also see some signs, some warning signs, because there are some rattlesnake areas. You can see here the petroglyphs that we hiked up to. Pretty cool area. They've got blocked off here, so you can see them. You can get close enough to them, but they don't really want people walking on them or touching them, obviously, so they're kind of barricaded off a little bit. But most of the park is fairly open like this, where you can just pull over into the pull-offs that they've got set up and just walk around and explore, again making sure to not disturb the plants and not to disturb the local animals. We didn't see any on this particular day, other than just birds, because it was pretty much the middle of the afternoon and pretty warm. So we mostly just walked around and looked at the plants and took pictures and just learned a little bit more about this area. Got into the Grand Canyon Park, and there's not a ton of people here. We're at this viewpoint by ourselves, and check out this rainbow behind me. So cool. Let's see what else we can find. So the Grand Canyon National Park is located in northwestern Arizona. It's actually the 15th site in the U.S. to be named a national park, which is interesting because it's probably second only to the Great Smoky Mountains as far as the highest count of visitors that it receives each year. It is also known as one of the wonders of the world, and in 1979 it was actually named a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. You can get to the Grand Canyon several ways. Obviously, you can hike up there. That would take a while. You could drive there, and then there's also the option of taking the train. You can do that in the Route 66 town of Williams. So if you're doing a Route 66 trip like we were, we started in Williams, and we actually drove up, but you can do a train ride from Williams up up to the Grand Canyon. And when we were there, it was probably the least busiest we've ever seen. We've been several times, and very few people around. Most of the parking lots were completely empty. The ones that did have cars in them that were closest to the restrooms or to the hiking points, probably anywhere from 20 to 30 cars. We really didn't see a lot of people around, so it was nice to kind of get to enjoy the area without it being kind of too overrun with people. And we came later on in the day, so it was after the train had already left back for the Williams Depot. But as you can see here, we hung out for a while and waited on the sunset, and we had plenty of room to be able to set up tripods and do lots of different pictures. Here we did a time lapse of the sunset. We also were able to set up and do some pictures and do some videos, all kinds of fun stuff. So there was plenty of space, plenty of time, with a lot less people here to be able to do all of the things that we wanted to do in this area and to really get to truly enjoy it. Hey guys, we just arrived at the Petrified Forest National Park. You can see the sign here behind me. We're about to drive through here, take some pictures, and see some fun stuff. Okay, so the Petrified Forest National Park is kind of a hidden gem, really, and it can be found in northeastern Arizona, and it's named for its large deposits of petrified wood. The fee that you pay, just like you would to any national park, covers 230 square miles of the park. It also includes the Painted Desert, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1, but you can come up to the visitors area, and the visitors area was open. We'll go in there in just a minute, but you can take a look around the property out here and see all of the petrified wood. This is actually the largest collection right here. It's built kind of like the number 8, this trail. It's fairly easy, so it is a good one to do with small children if you wanted to do that, or if you had, again, limited mobility. You can see here the wood has not been placed here. The ranger told us that this is where it's landed. No one has moved these. They basically just have them right here. So here's the inside. They do have some things that they found here in the park, and they also have some polished petrified wood, which looks pretty cool. So that's generally how you're going to see it and buy it, but the ones that you see in the park have not, outside in the park, have not been polished, but these pieces in here have been polished, and they have a lot of great information here. Don't forget to talk to the rangers because they are a wealth of information, and they are always looking forward to sharing that information with everybody who wants to kind of hear about it and know about it. So that's kind of cool. Now, we stayed the night in Holbrook, which is, again, another Route 66 town, and that's basically the gateway to the Petrified Forest National Park. So we just drove in here from there. It was very simple to get to. It was not busy at all. Like I said, this park doesn't receive anywhere near as many visitors as the Grand Canyon or Saguaro because it is a little bit farther away, but you do get to see a lot of really great things. Like this natural bridge here. They did build a concrete support underneath, which you can see here, to try to keep it from completely collapsing because, of course, over the years, it just keeps going down and down. This here is newspaper rock. You can see some petroglyphs here as well. And you'd have to, really get a little bit closer look. It's a little bit harder to see from this viewpoint, but this is as close as they want you to get to it. So you just kind of have to really use your eyes to look. You can drive up the road here through the teepees as well, is what these are called, and stop and take some pictures. There's a couple of pull-off points here as well, where you can stop depending on which direction you're going on or which ones you want to take pictures of. It's just a real easy, quick hike right up to them that you can walk up. So it's really nice that you can get so close to these and not have to worry about driving too far off or doing a longer hike, especially if you're here in the heat of the day, which we were here basically in the middle of the afternoon, but we got a good look at them. And then the interesting part about Petrified Forest National Park is that this is the only national park that Route 66 ran through, and this is old Studebaker is sitting here just kind of marking where the road used to be. You can see I-40 running parallel in the background, but this was a really fun park. Hope you guys get the chance to enjoy all three of these parks. If you are in Arizona, definitely give them a shot because they do have a lot to offer in this area. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you guys on our next trip.